Hi, everyone. I'm Christopher Thornycroft with Redwood Logistics, and welcome to the Redwood Rundown for the week of September 3rd, 2024. We say the week of September 3rd, 2024, not the week of September 2nd, 2024, because we enjoyed our Labor Day. Hope you did too. In the freight market, all the signs that we are seeing are telling us over and over and over again that this is a really depressed market. We're being propped on up by some import volumes, but we continue to get news as far as demand headwinds. PMI came in 47.2%, a slight uptick over July, but new orders down at 44%. Again, domestic manufacturing just not turning on. So imports are where it's at. Now, while we're on the subject of imports, we kind of want to knock out a little bit of an addressing of the potential strike on the East and Gulf Coast ports. Now, we covered the potential West Coast strike pretty thoroughly over the previous 2 years. And then for this strike, we really think that we're dialed in on this. So you have the ILA, the International Longshoremen's Association, 15,000 members strong at the East and Gulf ports that are talking about a potential strike coming on up if their demands are not met by October 1st. At this point in time, we're fielding a lot of calls from shippers asking what's happening, is this going to be real? So I thought this would be a great place to just kind of address what we think is going on. So number one of the big issues that we're looking at right now is the fact that automation is an issue at hand. And automation is traditionally a sticking point in these negotiations that's not as easy to resolve as something like money. Money is a little bit easier, but automation is a tougher one. So that will probably draw this issue all the way up to the deadline and possibly even past. But we really do not anticipate there being an actual strike of any magnitude beyond, say, a couple of hours. There's just too much money at stake. We haven't had a sustained strike of more than a day since going back to 2002 that lasted for 10 days. And then the Bush administration got involved and said, hey, you have got to resolve this. That was with the West Coast ports back in 2002. They used the Taft-Hartley Act to resolve that. So that's what we're looking at again now, is that there's probably not going to actually be a strike just because of the amount of money at stake. It's an election year. The incumbent party are Democrats. They have to represent that they are on the union side. They are on the side of labor, but at the same time, they will push for a resolution. It's just how hard do they push in order to get that resolved so that they don't upset those labor unions along the way. So that's where we see it. Just a quick update for everyone. So if we were to bet right now, we'd say that no, there probably will not be an actual strike. If there is any strike or any type of labor slowdown, it would be for a very short amount of time before that was resolved. So hopefully that helps with planning things. As far as what the impact has been, we talked about it. There's been a large amount of freight that's been moving into the West Coast. If you look at the incoming TEUs, so the Port of Los Angeles, those are continuing to grow. That import freight, until we see that freight is actually continuing on, not just from port to warehouse, but then to retailer, then consumer, we're sitting there watching that pretty closely, just saying, hey, we're not sure that import volume is going to have all those legs. Right now we're looking at it saying that's coming into port and going to warehouse and not continuing on until we get some indications that consumer spending is going to continue to remain strong through the fourth quarter. If consumer spending is remaining strong through the fourth quarter, then we should start to see that get revealed in the inventory to sales numbers that come on out, making this upcoming inventory to sales number that we should see mid-September, reflecting July, an important one. So keep your eyes on that one. We're seeing that 1.38 right now based off the inventory buildup that came in June. If you see that number go up from 1.38 to 1.39, that means that even with all the July spending that took place, there's probably still an overbuild of that inventory. If retailers are saying they're really dependent upon consumer spending to pick on up in the fourth quarter, and that doesn't happen, then all of a sudden you're looking at your headwinds for 2025. Hope that helps. Hope that's helping people plan. Hope this is useful. We're going to continue updating you. We'll talk to you soon. Take care, everybody. Go Bears.